All right. Peace and blessings. South Over Success Dollar. I keep scrolling here. Thank you all for tuning in. Just here at a local partner. Really get ready to have a business meeting. I tried to do this video a little earlier, but it got dark outside, so so I just deleted that and I wanted to do this piece and come back to it so you can clearly see me and see what I was saying and hear what I was saying as well. But I wanted to do this piece because, again, you know, we have to be very careful that we do not confuse, you know, our positions that we have with individuals that are in different organizations or have different thought process thought processes than us, and then we do not have a level of operational unity, right? Because again, not everybody is going to have the same unique, articulated positions on everything. It doesn't mean that someone is less manly or less intelligent or less scholastic or less confident or, you know, on different levels. It's just sometimes people have different experiences and their perceived wisdom of how they deal with different things. So what I wanted to address specifically for those who may not know who Dr. Wesley Muhammad is, he is a high-ranking member within the Nation of Islam, and I've known the brother for some years, and you know I've learned a lot from him. I've always said I respected his thinking. You know, he's certainly a thinking brother, and he calls himself a conscious brother. And I believe that he is perhaps one of the more well-read, well-studied. I've seen his library, so yes, he brought his library. Actually, he came to the Baltimore area, and you know, I'm impressed with a brother that reads books. You know, so let's give props where props are due. I know some people they don't care how many books you read. They just want to know if you agree with them on one or two issues, and that's all you need, you know, to so-called be a man or a stand-up black man. You could don't have to pay your bills, or you can have 10,000 baby mamas, or you can you know, be out here not educating yourself, you know, getting high, using alcohol, partying, being a damn coon buffoon. But you get props, you know, from some particular so-called leaders if you stand with them on one particular topic, or if you stand in a particular way. So why am I mentioning this? Because Dr. Wesley Muhammad, you know, like I said, he's a follower and a student minister under Mr. Farrakhan. And I'm sure that perhaps he may not necessarily agree with everything and how Farrakhan says everything, but will he publicly come out and attempt to condemn Mr. Farrakhan? He may not, you know, do that because that's what's the term? Uh, Not good for order of an organization, and so. And do I think that perhaps he should? You know, I mean, I'm sure that he articulated his position within his right, without necessarily directly mentioning Minister Farrakhan or speaking or speaking or sound like you're trying to attack an individual. There's a way to do do these things without necessarily, attacking individuals. You can attack, not necessarily attack, but you can articulate your position to allow for individuals to use their critical thinking skills and their abilities to move forward. So, with that being said, again, I applaud the efforts, and why do I applaud this effort, and why do I feel the need? Why do I feel the need to address this? Well, several key things have transpired, but some years ago, I will mention that there was a situation where I'm sorry, that there were some young African American males, mostly I'm assuming, they were not allowed to get a particular job in the Baltimore area that could have paid them up to $50,000 a year or more, certainly more, without a college degree uh, within 3 years of training, right? But about 7 to 8 of these black men, they could not pass the urinalysis, right? They could not pass the urinalysis test. And so what I'm, what I saw from that, for instance, and you had people upset because the positions went to Caucasians, and I just thought about it. So you taking a risk of not getting this type of job, uh, not getting this type of job where you can make this amount of money in 3 years because you want to smoke weed, right? And this is not to, diminish people's spiritual systems, but we know, many of us know, for those that have any street experience, and I'm really beginning to believe that, and I know, for instance, none of these different groups have any street experiences to know, the damaging effects that these substance abuses are truly having within our community, within urban environments. No, people are not smoking and being peaceful. People are not smoking and being civil. They're not being spiritual. They're not going to a higher level of thinking. As I heard one lady called in the Morgan State radio. They should have shut. No, wait a minute. Yeah, was it Morgan State or was it? Yeah, they should have shut her butt down, calling in talking about how she got 4.0s in college because she smoked weed. And that sounds like an addict, right? And not to say that individuals cannot function while they are doing these substances, while they are doing and taking poison drugs and alcohol, but mostly drugs. Uh, but I just say first and foremost for the economic aspects of it, you have 7, 8 black males that may end up homeless, right? And this is serious. This is serious business, I mean, life and being productive and feeding yourself. It's going to take high levels of military, personal self-development, skill development, knowledge and wisdom, and functionality. You got to be a functional being. You have to position yourself within society. You got to man the hell up, right? And that takes, putting down some of these toxins and poisons. But what I wanted to mention, for instance, though, it's interesting because what can happen is that many people are more followers, right? So you may have a situation where individuals who may disagree with Wesley Muhammad on one particular issue, and if they have their little so-called follower people saying, I don't want to listen to him. And if you go to some of their meetings, their people came like they just came up from out of a weed haven, and so, or some type of rehab place. And, so yes, some people discriminate against different types of people, and that's real. That's a real thing. So again, do you want people coming up in there all nodding the hell off? Or, I mean, I know that's a heroin thing, but people smelling like weed, and who knows? Who knows what's in the weed nowadays? So again, do you want individuals that that coming up in your organization are hard up? Do you want people operating on you, or delivering your services, fixing your car, that are hard up on some type of mind-altering drugs? You need people that have a high level of aptitude and functionality to do certain jobs, right? So again, I think when we always revert or see the one particular issue that we disagree with, and we want to pump that up over what the good work that other individuals are doing, you know, we tend to do a disservice. And again, I don't, I can't. I mean, people who are smoking weed, and I don't need to know your business like that. Ain't too many places that I'm gonna be where where I'm gonna have the need actually to have a conversation with people who smoke weed. But I mean, again, but I'm gonna put it out there from outside somewhere. I'm like, look, interacting. It's like, look, I mean, that's how I get down. That's how I roll, and that goes for some other types of people or issues. I'm not, you know, I mean, some folks get, I mean, how people feel about vegans or meat eaters. Some things, people are creating various levels of self-destructive and subtle suicidal type of lifestyles and tendencies. So, with that being said, again, I wanted to applaud that initiative. The brother spoke in Philly rather recently, and the brother asked me did I want to go. I was like, oh man, I got some boss moves in the DMV area, and so I can't, just. I mean, I watch parts and pieces. Somebody clicked shared or liked or they invited me, so I clicked in, and I almost forgot about that. The brother was speaking in Philadelphia, but I just wanted to add my position to that. And the fact is that what's more tangible is eight black men working. Because when you are not economically viable, you become a prey. You become a prey to individuals that want to manipulate you into different lifestyles. So if you understand what I'm saying, for those that understand what I'm saying, you can end up being someone's in jail, being someone's prostitute somewhere. When you poor, when you don't have to, when you don't have any skills, any life skills, or you have to sell, for instance, is your labor or your whatever, whatever somebody wants to buy from you or manipulate you out of. So, so poverty is a serious, serious issue. And this is why some folk got upset when I said poverty is a choice. Because we have individuals out here, so-called conscious leaders, that refused and have refused to read and study the most relevant teachings uh, of this time. And so what I'm saying is that I've built and studied properly and positioned myself amongst the most intelligent scholars and historians and builders of this time. And so